Heat signature hot tips.
The feature I probably spent the most time with in a heat signature is the daily challenge. Each day a unique liberator is generated. They always have a 3-part mission with a particular criteria. Steal the 3 parts of the Watson, capture the 3 off-world guards who killed my son, kill the 3 foundry officers who killed my husband. There sure are a lot of deaths to avenge in heat signature, but for some reason you're never asked to rescue 3 people in these challenges or steal 3 ships. The Liberator's always equipped with 1 weapon, generally a concussion hammer, 1 self-charging item, and 1 other item that's normally consumable. They always seem to have at least 2 traits, which can be any combination of positive or negative traits. And each challenge always consists of, as I said, 3 missions, 2 hard missions, followed by 1 mistake mission. And they are each worth an escalating number of points, so 100, 150, and 250. Additionally, each challenger has a particular restriction they have to adhere to, from never wanting to be seen, to setting off as few alarms as possible, to the dreaded pacifist, who only wants to harm at most 3 very specific people. Each time you violate one of those restrictions, you will lose points from that mission. To help make things easier, there is a special shop that challengers have access to. The items in this shop don't cost acid, they cost score. After you complete each mission, the cost of each of these items goes down by 1/3, so an item that cost 120 score before the first mission will cost 80 before the second and 40 before the third. Finally, if you finish all 3 missions without losing or spending any points, you get a bonus style score based on how much time you spent on or near the ships while completing the missions. This starts out at a theoretical 100, but you lose roughly 1 point every 18 seconds you take, which means it's impossible to ever reach that theoretical 600 score perfect run. The third mission also always has a glitch-proof hull. Now, I like to think a few of my early daily challenges had something to do with that little addition, as otherwise many final missions consisted of you bypassing the challenging ship and just swapping with the target from space. Also, while doing the daily challenge, only the 3 mission ships will spawn, so you can't use convenient neutral shipping to end run challenges, though you can of course try to keep a ship from a previous mission. Okay, so I've explained how the challenges work, but why is this relevant? I mean, after all, heat signatures are a procedurally generated game. Even the defect emissions that you can freely restart are different every time you attempt them. Well, that's because the daily changes the rules. The daily mission is literally the same ships with the exact same guard layout every time. Even the initial patrol patterns are the same. This means that this is the only heat signature content where you face the same challenges every other player, and also the only content that you can replay and practice on, though admittedly only the first time ever counts. So how do you make the most of your heat signature daily challenge? Well, first, always check the conditions and look at your equipment. The condition on the challenge and the traits you possess greatly inform what kind of challenge it's going to be and how hard each mission is going to be. If you're just aiming for the scoreboard, you may also want to check the existing daily scores before you run, so you've got an idea of the competition. It also gives you a bit of a preview as to just how tough a daily is. And that brings me to the final part, which is you check the mission, then the store. As you play more and more heat signature, you'll learn just how little equipment you really need on a daily challenge. There are a surprisingly number of gear-free methods for achieving mission objectives, like pickpocketing from guards, dodging bullets, deliberately raising the alarm to bring the target to you. But it's still important to get an idea as to what kind of loadout the enemy will have and what equipment will be on the ship. Sometimes you just need to buy something from the store, but always try and buy the minimum you think you will need to give yourself the best chance. Because if you can put off that purchase for 1 more ship, that cost will drop further. And lastly, the daily challenge is a great place to try out those fancy techniques you might have heard of, especially in other videos in this series: corner edging, thrown items as distractions, trap slinging. Sure, trying something new may cost you this run, but it'll help you on future runs, and there's always tomorrow. Were it not for the daily, I probably would have still played around with the Space Birthday update, tried all the new features, maybe come up with a few new challenge runs, but then I'd probably just stopped again. Instead, I'm playing almost every day, because almost every day we've got a new challenge, a new attempt to explore the game and demonstrate what skill I have at it, and a new conversation to have about heat signature. What about you? What do you think of the daily challenge? What changes would you make to it if you could?